Alright. Your channel. We live? Right, let's compare it to audio. Let's compare it to audio. Okay, so I can turn my mic up. OBS. Turn that up a little bit. There we go. Alright. Let's get some lo-fi. Footnote. Alright. Okay. So let's have a look at how many pixels we've got here. This audio. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in height. So we've got, I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's like 10 by 10 for the head, because we've got 10 by 10 for the head. So we're going to edit. Is it control? Okay, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yep. I just need to do the same here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I want to move along the z-axis. We'll decrease the head. Okay, so that's the head sorted. So 10 by 10. We just need to treat it as pixel art. Alright, so let's have a look at the body. Okay, very chunky body. Very, very chunky. Okay. Got very chunky body. Very, very chunky body. Let's do shift, so let me do head. And then get another mesh. Get that with along the z-axis. See, if we have a look at like how big the head is compared to the body. Do I have an emote wheel? Slash emote. No. Which one's the emote? Oh no, it's slash sit. There we go. A horrible camera angle. I've got 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Presume 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the body. Again, same. So okay, so it's the same amount, but just different. like it's a different body size. So tab. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Yep, and then I just need to do the same on the top. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, I can just copy the cube. What am I doing? So edit mode. Do you not have the same? Yeah, okay, it does copy that. Renaming you to body. I'm gonna name this to Neon Ninja. I think it's best if we start selecting faces. Faces. So it's like one off each corner. Okay, so it's about that. And delete faces. Rotate to the other side. Delete faces. Okay. And if we have a look at like this dude's overall figure, it's like it goes down into the middle. So I need, if I do X, what if I do Y? No, I need it to be on this mode. Like that. That'll select all of that, and then if I do the bottom four, delete faces. So it does slim down a fair bit in the middle. Delete faces. Oh, that's not what I wanted to happen. Why is it deleting the one above it? There we go. If I just boom boom, okay. Yep. Should have seen that happening. And then we switch over here. And delete faces. Okay. Here's something. Change it to that. So then you need these corner bits deleting. I have a feeling I'm going to end up fucking this up massively, but let something go, at least for now. That seems to be pretty accurate for his body. It's just adding depth now. So if I don't know. Let's say I select this. No. Hmm. I'm really curious actually. Let's go to object mode and let's just see what happens when we throw a remesh on this. Blocks. Oh, that is amazing. Okay, so this is probably going to be our best way of dealing with this then. Apply. Oh, that, yeah, this is going to be amazing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is dope. Okay. So he is pretty bulky. Like, the chest piece is really bulky. I'm not even gonna lie, that is very bulky. It's this one. Okay. I mean, to be fair, that could suffice for a Neon Ninja body. So here, faces, and then we'll just delete that. These two at the front. Seven per sides, that's 4. Delete faces. Let's do the same thing on all sides. Boom, 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 and then, oh fuck, boom. Delete faces. Shrink this top part here as well. how? Boom. Delete faces. That is not what I wanted happening. No, it is. And then we just throw another remesh on there. Blocks. That's not exactly what I had in mind. Oh yeah, I forgot. Blender doesn't like sometimes when I just start fucking around. Forgot about that. Blender no like fucky wookie. I'll just give Blender a moment. Well, hello. Blender of voxel. Blender's taking its time. Okay, I think we'll crash Blender. We crash Blender. God damn it. God fucking damn it, now we've got to do that again. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Object, Control V, go on the Z axis, bulk up your size, shrink you, and now we have to go through this again, this fucking process again. Oh, I didn't even do it on the fucking other side, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Okay, so what I want to do is, first of all, I want this inner ring to be brought in one. I'll just go around the edge like so. It's probably a much easier way of doing this, but oh well. Alright. Faces. Okay. You're supposed to go back into object mode, but yeah, whatever. Remesh. Blocks. That did not work as I was intending it to. Okay, so how do I... how to join... how to join edges. How to join edges. Alt M. Edges. Bruh. Lying. You lied. How to merge edges in Blender. Not how you spell Blender. No. No. Fuck off.
Tutorial, I will show you how to join objects, faces, edges and vertices. Other tutorials can be found in my playlists of a few of the operations. So the first thing, in object mode, if you're going to join a couple of objects together, I've got a couple of cubes here, if you just select one of them, then hold down shift and select the other one. So that's shift and then use your left mouse. So both of them are highlighted, or all the objects you want to join are highlighted. Some will be red, some yellow. To join them in object mode, you just hold down Control followed by J. Now these cubes will be joined. So if I go over to edit mode by pressing Tab and grab it over to this point here, if you place your pointer near the vertex you want to grab to, and just simply press G, and that will grab it over and lock it onto this vertex to the right. If I want to just extrude to this point, again place your pointer near the vertex you want to extrude to and press E. I see for outboard, it doesn't show up on my keycast. And obviously left click to accept. I'm just going to press Ctrl Z to go back. And that is one option. Now I'm going to go into wireframe mode, and by pressing Z and then left click on wireframe, and I'll draw a box over all of this left hand side, and again if I place my pointer near this vertex and just press G, it will lock the vertices over to this point here, i.e. join. You see, you can drag this as well, so by moving that this happens. So that's your options there. And again I'm going to press Z and go into solid view. Now if I want to extrude, say, an edge, come up to here and select the edge, and again use the drop down, and this time select an edge, and again place your pointer.
Don't you have that drop down menu? Ah, I do.
Probably best to the left on in this instance, and select an edge, and again I could press G, but you might have to just snap it up to lock.
Well, it was doing what I wanted to, but No, I want... Let me see what happens when I add remesh now. No, it just locks it. Let me get rid of you. Let me just go all the way back. Okay, I've done too much and I can't go back any further. I'll delete this. If I get just the layout done, that would make sense, right? Alright, so if you have a look at Trovian, do you want me to do that? Got shoulder pad and then like an elongated box. So that is head, body. No, I should rename that torso. Torso. And then let's do. No, I'm gonna Control V. Shrink it down a bit, and then slim it down as well. And then if I just move that along the y-axis, Control V, then move that one along the y-axis. Yeah, they're roughly similar distance. Oh, saying that would be like that, wouldn't it? If we're doing a T pose. And these are like slightly longer. And here on the Z. Uh, 7 is top view. That is this one. Y rotation. No, I want X rotation. Probably do positive, right? Then so just move that along the y-axis. That is the Windows key. Control copy, Control paste. Move that right there. And change that to 0. And then change that to 90. 0, 0, 90. Not sure where you came from. Neither you. Okay, so we've got shoulder right, shoulder left, hand right, hand left. Okay. And then his legs aren't actually attached to him. As you can see. Legs are not attached. So let me just... So that's 0. Now this one. Increase the size and the width. And then more like that, so then it'll just be overall size. And length. I mean, this dude's always like thingy in, but his foot is a separate thing. Unless I were to do like, if I go into and then I could probably just reuse. No, so obviously this will be shrunken down as well. I could probably just think that. Do leg right, and then Control V, leg left. Okay, so now I need obviously the foot, and then 7. Well, foot right, and then foot left. Okay, and then name this to Neon Ninja. Right, and if I do new collection, now new collection, thank you. Copy, paste this into the new collection. I'll just do this as test. Let me hide this entire dude. Give it a U. Hide. I can just hide the collection. Alright, let's just have a look at how to rig. How to rig in Blender.
You want to bend and deform. Press Shift A. Rigging can get pretty complicated, especially as you get into more advanced topics like constraints and drivers, but maybe you only need something simple, or maybe you're just impatient. So here are some of the basics of rigging for when you want to get started fast. I'll be talking about 2 main rigging styles. One is a rig that deforms the model, and the second keeps each piece rigid and separated. For the first one, I'm using a character I made, but this will work for anything you want to bend and deform. Press Shift A to add an armature, and if you don't want your bones to be covered by the model, then you can go to Object Data Properties.
Okay, this is still on. Yeah.
Looks like a little running person, and turn on in front. This is also where you can change the shape of your bones and show the names and axes. Then just select the armature, tab into edit mode, and you can select the head or tail of the bone, move them around with G, and extrude with E to place your bones. The thick end is the head, and that's where the bones will pivot from when you're in pose mode. I'll usually do the center of the body and then 1/2 if the model is symmetrical. You can get the bones close to the body by using snapping. I'll usually set it to face project and center. Then when you're moving around, you can hold Control to snap, and you can adjust it from there. This is good for shapes that get a little weird, like you could rig tree branches more easily this way. You can also Shift D to duplicate bones, parent bones with Control P, either connected or keep offset. And you can unparent or disconnect bones with Alt-P. If your model is symmetrical, then select all of the bones that aren't in the middle and press Ctrl F2 to batch rename. Set this to bones, this to set name, and suffix. Type $L and press OK. Now all of the bones on the left side of your character have a .L at the end of their names. This is important if you ever want to mirror poses. There's also an auto-naming option that does pretty much the same thing if you right-click. Now with all of those bones still selected, right-click and choose Symmetrize to copy all of the left side bones over to the right. Tab back into object mode, select your model, shift-click your armature, Control P, and choose Armature Deform with automatic weights. And you can do this if your model is multiple objects too. Just select all of the objects and then the armature last. This should add an armature modifier to your objects and also a bunch of vertex groups that have the same names as your bones. This is where the weight painting information is stored. And if at some point you mess up and want to start over, you can remove the armature modifier and delete all of the vertex groups with this arrow. Select the armature, press Ctrl Tab to go into pose mode, and start moving things around to test your rig out. If this gave you a good result, then this could be the end of the video for you. If you got an error that says bone heat weighting failed, that's because your mesh has too many overlapping parts. I'd recommend either remeshing it, doing retopology, or editing it to make parts not overlap. Or you can split the model into multiple objects and try applying automatic weights that way. Another common issue is deformation like this, which is caused by not having enough geometry. Around with G and extrude that deforms the model, and the second keeps each piece rigid and separated. For the first one, I'm using a character I made, but this will work for anything you want to bend and deform. Press Shift A.
Okay. Shift A. No, I don't want to hide it.
To add an armature, and if you don't want your bones to be covered by it's rigid and separated. For the first one, I'm using a character I made, but this will work for anything you want to bend and deform. Press Shift A to add an armature, and if you don't want your bones to be covered by the model,
Viewport display.
and you can go to Object Data Properties, it looks like a little running person, and turn on In Front. This is also where you can change the shape of your bones and show the names and axes. Then just select the armature, tab into Edit Mode, and you can select the head or tail of the bone, move them around with G, and extrude with E to place your bones. The thick end is the head, and that's where the bones will pivot from when you're in pose mode. I'll usually do the center of the body and then one. If the model is symmetrical. You can get the bones close to the body by using snapping. I'll usually set it to face project and center. Then when you're moving around, you can hold Control to snap, and you can adjust it from there. This is good for shapes that get a little...
Okay, so if I want it separate pieces, I need a separate bone. Oh, that is trippy. Oh, that is so weird.
Weird, like something simple, or maybe you're just impatient. So here are some of the basics of rigging for when you want to get started fast. I'll be talking about two main rigging styles. One is a rig that deforms the model, and the second keeps each piece rigid and separated. For the first one, I'm using a character I made, but this will work for anything you want to bend and deform. Press Shift A to add an armature, and if you don't want your bones to be covered by the model, then you can go to Object Data Properties, it looks like a little running person, and
Meow.
turn on In Front. This is also where you can change the shape of your bones and show the names and axes. Then just select the armature, tab into Edit Mode, and you can select the head or tail of the bone, move them around with G, and extrude with E to place your bones. The thick end is the head, and that's where the bones will pivot from when you're in pose mode. I'll usually do the center of the body and then one half if the model is symmetrical. And extrude with E to place your bones. The thick end is the head, and that's where the bones will pivot from when you're in pose mode. I'll usually do the center of the body, and then one half.
Shift D's.
Half if the model is symmetrical.
Okay, so oh, fuck off. That is so weird how that works.
You can get the bones close to the body by using snapping. I'll usually set it to face project and center. Then when you're moving around, you can hold Control to snap, and you can adjust it from there. This is good for shapes that get a little weird, like you could rig tree branches more easily this way. You can also Shift D to duplicate bones, parent bones with Control P, either connected or keep offset, and you can unparent or disconnect bones with Alt P, tree branches more easily this way.
What's that?
You can also Shift D to duplicate bones, parent bones with Control P, either connected or keep offset, and you can unparent or disconnect the right. Tab back into object mode, select your model, shift click your armature, control
Back into object mode. Such a model than the armature. And the armature. Control P.
P and choose armature deform with automatic weight.
Armature deform with automatic weights. Okay.
And you can do this if your model is multiple
It's pose mode. Okay. Hey guys.
Objects too. Just select all of the objects and then the armature last. This should add an armature modifier to your objects and also a bunch of vertex groups that have the same names as your bones. This is where the weight painting information is stored. And if at some point you mess up and want to start over, you can remove the arm form with automatic weights. And you can do this if your model is multiple objects too. Just select all of the objects and then the armature last.
Okay, let me get rid of this. The armature last. Then what was it?
This should add an armature modifier to your objects and also a bunch of vertex. And then the armature last. This should add an armature.
Huh? I where's my thing though? Oh, back into frame. Boom. Armature last. What was it? Control P. Go into pose. Okay, pose mode. Again. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me just spell Control Z. Okay. Yeah. What about that other way though?
If you want a more rigid result with no bending, then you'll need a different approach. The first way of doing this is by parenting directly to bones and avoiding weights altogether, but this only works if your model is made of a bunch of separate objects. Select one of your objects, then shift-click the armature and go into pose mode. Select the bone you want to parent it to, Control P, and choose.
I think this would probably be better for voxel characters. Control copy. New collection. Test. Hide you. Go in here. Control V. Move you over. And then obviously armature in front. And edit. Go on that one. Extrude. Show why it's doing that, and then extrude down. Boom, boom. It's not fantastic. Boom, 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 boom.
Bone.
And then just do the same thing as last time. So Control P, bone. I'm not thinking that's a good thing, whereas I'll just... Oh dear God, why have you all, why have you all linked to the same one?
Now that object should follow the bone when you move it. This gets pretty annoying when you have to do it over and over again, so you can use this add-on to make the process faster. You can get similar results using... Now that object should follow the bone when you move it. This gets pretty annoying when you have to do it over and
So what do I... Bone. Bone. And that just takes his arm away. That was doing what I wanted to though. Bone. 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 I don't know how much of this is... Okay. It's all just linked straight back to that one.
to weights and choosing smooth. And then decide whether you want to smooth everything or only the bones you have selected. And when you're done weight painting, make sure to turn lock object modes back on. If you want a more rigid result with no bending, then you'll need a different approach. The first way of doing this is by parenting directly to bones and avoiding weights altogether. But this only works if your model is made of a bunch of separate objects. Select one of your objects, then shift-click the armature and go into pose mode. Select the bone you want to parent it to, Control P, and choose Bone.
Oh.
Now that object...
Okay, I see where I've gone wrong. Right, so object mode. That pose mode. Control P, bone.
should follow the bone when you move it. This gets pretty annoying when you have to do it over and over again, so you can use this add-on to make the process faster. You can get similar results using weights, and this also works if your model is only one object, unlike the previous way. And this is easier when you make bone names visible under Object Data Properties. Select your model and then your armature, Control P, and parent with empty groups. Then select your model and go into edit mode. There should be a bunch of vertex groups with the same names as your bones, and if you have a lot of bones, you can click this arrow to search by name. Then all you do is select the vertex group of the bone you want, select the body part by hovering over it and pressing L, make sure the weight is set to 1, and press Assign. And just like before, that piece should now follow the bone. This process is arguably even more annoying when you have a lot of bones, so here's a way that usually gets the weights pretty close. Go into edit mode, press period, or go up here to change your pivot point to individual origins, then press S and point 1 to scale everything down to 1/10 of the size. Go back into object mode, select the model and then the armature and parent with automatic weights. Then go back into edit mode, select everything and scale up by 10 to return everything to its original size. This usually works for most of the model, but depending on the shapes you're using, you might have to clean it up with the more manual method that I showed before. Just make sure to remove the weights on the part you're selecting before you try to assign, otherwise you might get some overlapping weights. And to clear up small weight issues like this, you can try using this quantize option in weight paint mode and set it to 1. That should make all of the weights be either 0 or 1.
Okay, so I think the rigid rigging is probably my best bet for a trove character. So I go into object, set that, boom, pose, Control P, bone. Okay. And then obviously I would tie this one to the body, right? So if I go that does the hand, that does that, and obviously that's doing that. But it does obviously mean I have to go through pen these two, right? Or if I make like a 50-50 thing, or if I make something completely even, then yeah, it might work, but yeah, let's just like throw you off to Narnia. Boom, boom. Right, so it is. I mean, doing the wings will be pretty easy. It's just a PNG. It is just creating the armor that's going to be annoying. Again, it's PNG. Like, this is also PNG. Like, this is just a PNG. with effects. Oh, more or less a GIF, I guess. Hmm. It's about 5 pixels up. Yeah, about below the eyes. And then hair. If I just do UV. I forgot how to bring up that menu. For UV unwrapping. Well, this has no texture at the minute. Oh. Layout. Modeling. So the way I'm thinking of doing like anything for the head. Over here. Fuck, I forgot what the option was to thingy. Nope. No. Yeah, it's definitely not doing what I wanted to. I think I'd have to make it a different sprite. Unless I did like cloth sim. Go to layout. Surface. If I just add mesh, plane. Don't ram it through the roof. And then simulation. Oh, that's so weird. Physics. I'll buy. How will that fall for? Oh. Why? Why? Bruh. I should really start making saves. Wait, why is this? Why is this white? This is not a snow biome. Oh, this is this looks horrible. Oh yeah, this looks horrible. Yeah, this is just horrible. I'm not sure what these little turds are doing here as well. Shat on. Gonna get 3 energy rings and then snipe him. Meow. Bruh. Bruh. Hey, got you. I don't know. I have stuff I need to get done pretty quickly. Also fix the textures at least. Yeah. I don't know if building a sprite cube by cube is gonna be a thing either. Oh, unfortunate crash, but I'm gonna end it here. Au revoir.